Hey there, Jim from Cigars and Other Dude Stuff, and I'm back in the kitchen for another episode of Foods for Dudes. And today we're going to do something interesting. We're going to make a classic club sandwich. And by classic club sandwich, I mean not the one you go to Jimmy John's or Subway to get. At Subway or Jimmy John's, they'll slap ham and turkey and cheese and maybe bacon on a roll and call it good. We're going to make the old classic triple decker, as they call it. And they're pretty hard to find these days. Actually, I find them today, and the better restaurants will make triple decker club sandwiches. Chain restaurants find it difficult because it doesn't fit into their busy kitchen and with relatively untrained workers and stuff. Not that this is hard to make. We'll see it's really easy to make, and it's very rewarding. When you get down to the finished product, man, there's some wow factor there. Okay, so let's get started. First thing we need to do, it's tricky because we have to toast 3 slices of bread because it's triple decker. So I'm going to get these started. And we want them toasted about medium, not too dark, but not too light, because we wanted a little firmness there and crispness. The last step, which is cutting them, which is the tricky part. Let me walk you through the ingredients here. As I mentioned, we have 3 slices of bread. We have ham and turkey. I'm using fresh turkey because it's close to Thanksgiving. I ran my practice turkey a couple days ago and I have some leftover turkey. Good idea if you have leftover turkey. Friday or Saturday after Thanksgiving, make some triple deckers. I also have ham, lettuce and tomato, cheese. This is 2 strips of bacon cooked pretty crisp. And optionally, I have a fried egg. Fried hard, the yolk is fried hard on it. That is an option. And of course, mayonnaise, because we're going to need some mayonnaise. This whole thing with a triple decker is a matter of timing. And we want the toast to be pretty warm. If you're making a couple or 3 of these in your kitchen for your family, get organized. The key to this is preparation. Honestly, have everything made, laid out like this, except for the toast. It'll make your life a lot easier and keep you from going completely insane trying to make more than one of these, because you really have to be prepared. All right, I'm back here. My toast is done. And one of the secrets to success with this, as I mentioned before, is being prepared, because once the toast is done, we want it to be served a little warm. It doesn't have to be real warm, but at least have it not be quite room temperature. So as soon as that toast is ready, the clock is starting to tick, so we got to move. So I'm putting mayonnaise on each of these 3. Now we're going to start the fun stuff. Let's start here with our bottom. We'll say this is the bottom. And we're going to put turkey. Man, that turkey looks good. Look at that. Lettuce. And you kind of layer. This is iceberg lettuce, so you just kind of layer it. You don't have to put very much on. In fact, you want to control the thickness of this because it can get out of hand. I got a really nice looking tomato here. You don't have to have a big sliced tomato. You can have 2 smaller slices, or however you want to do it, whatever you have available. We got that done. Now we're going to put our second piece of bread on. Now let's start with the other good stuff. We got our ham. We got our cheese. Bacon. Ooh, wow. Well, I don't know if me I have to eat this one. No, I'm kidding. And our egg. Press it kind of firmly down. And now it's really important, because when we get to this last step, we want to make sure that our pile is straight. We have our stuff evenly distributed. And I'm going to use this paper towel and smush it down just a little bit. Not too hard, but enough to kind of get down another ½ inch there. Now 4 toothpicks. You can use fancy ones, with the fancy tops if you want, but it's okay to do it this way. So I'm coming in about 5/8 of an inch from each corner, okay? And that is important. It's also important you put that toothpick in straight, not at an angle like that. If I had my druthers, I would have chosen bread that was a little bit bigger around that way. It's a perfect thickness, and I love this bread, but it could be a little bit wider. Notice our toothpick is going way down there. Sometimes you might run into bacon or something and you really have to give it a pretty good push. Now here comes a moment of truth, and this is the payoff. What we want to do is we put our hand on it, and you don't want to be mushing in with your fingers and making fingerprints. That's very unseemly. So we want to kind of have a light touch on top of our knife. I'm using a serrated knife, the biggest one I can find, but I did a test one of these last night, and I used a smaller serrated knife, and that was fine too. So the best serrated knife that you can find, but you can make it work if you do it right. Now here's the tougher one. We want to go across. All right. Okay. Pressed a little harder than I would have liked ideally there. And so what we have are 4 pieces cut perfectly. And look at that. Man, that is a sight to behold, isn't it? My favorite restaurant version of this classic club came from Michael Jordan's in Chicago, but don't go running there because I think they discontinued it the next time I went. All right, so man, I'm going to enjoy these. They make a good lunch, a very filling lunch, as you can guess, or a nice hearty dinner as well with a cup of soup or something like that. I will see you next time from Cigars and Other Dude Stuff. I'm Jim. Hope you enjoy this video.